detectives. So today we're going to be ordering fractions from the smallest to the biggest. Think about it like lining up for jollof rice. Who's going to get the first serving and who's going to go last? Now, there are two ways that we can figure out which fraction is bigger than which one. The first way is to convert both of them to have a denominator that is the same. Basically, converting them to equivalent fractions with the same denominator so you can see clearly which is bigger and which is smaller. The other way to do this is to convert them to decimals. These two ways will show you instantly which fraction is smaller and which one is bigger. Are you ready to figure it out? Let's go. Here I have two fractions. I have half and I have 3/4. I'm going to be using the two methods I spoke about. The first one is find an equivalent fraction that would give me the same denominator. Now, 2 and 4, my LCM of 2 and 4 is 4, meaning that I can have a denominator of 4 from an equivalent fraction of half and a fraction 3/4. So let's look at that. 1/2 is equal to, what did I do to 2 to get 4? I multiplied it by 2, right? That means that whatever I do to the bottom, I must do to the top, since I'm looking for an equivalent fraction. 1 times 2 is 2. So the equivalent fraction for half is 2/4, meaning that half and 2/4 are the exact same fraction, just with different numbers. So the first is 2/4. And the next, it already has a denominator of 4. We don't need to change it. So it's 3/4. Now you can clearly see that 3/4 is bigger than 2/4. So that means if I were to order these two fractions, I would say that 1/2 is less than 3/4. Is that straightforward? Now let's look at another two fractions. Now let's look at another set of fractions. Let's look at 2/5, 1/3, and 4/6. Now please, don't say, because this is 1, that means it's the smallest. This is 2, then this is the next. This is 4, that means it's the biggest. It doesn't always follow. Because the numbers on top don't tell you the value of the fraction. The number on top and the bottom tells you the value of that fraction. So let's try to find equivalent fractions for 2/5, 1/3, and 4/6. With the same denominator, that means we're looking for a denominator that is 30. 2/5 is equal to what over 30? Now, to get 30, I multiplied this by 6, meaning that I'm going to multiply this by 6 as well. So that is 12/30. So that means that 2/5 is the same thing as 12/30. Now let's find the equivalent fraction for 1/3. 1/3 is equal to over 30. Now what did I do to 3 to get 30? I multiplied it by 10. That means I must multiply my top by 10 as well. 1 times 10 is 10. So that means 1/3 is the same as 10/30. Now let's look at the next one, which is 4/6. 4/6 is equal to over 30. What I multiplied this by to get 30, I multiplied it by 5. That means I'm going to multiply this by 5 as well. 4 times 5 is 20/30. Now you are sure that this is the smallest, followed by this, and this fraction is the biggest. Because this is 10/30, this is 12/30, and this is 20/30. All right? Now, the next set of fractions that we're going to be using the decimal method to order them from the smallest to the biggest. That means that we're going to be converting them to decimals, and then from there we would see which is the smallest and which is the biggest. So let's look at these fractions. 2/3, 1/2, and 5/9. So let's convert to decimals. 2 divided by 3, which is 2/3. 3 cannot go there, 0.5. That decimal point allows me to add a 0 here. 20 divided by 3 is 6. 3 times 6 is 18. Subtract, you have 2. That decimal point allows me to add another 0 here. 20 divided by 3 is 6. 3 times 6 is 18. Minus is 2. So I'm going to have a recurring decimal of 0.66. Now, let's go to half. Half is 1 over 2. 1 over 2. 2 cannot go in 1 because 1 is smaller, so I put my 0, I put my decimal point. That decimal point allows me to add a 0 here. So 10 divided by 2 is 5. 2 times 5 is 10. I subtract and I have 0. Half is the same thing as 0.5. Now let's look at the last fraction. 5 over 9. 9 will go in 5. That's not possible, so I put my 0 and I put my decimal point. That allows me to add a 0 here. Now 9 will go in 55 times. 9 times 5 is 45. Subtract, I have 5. I add another 0. 9 here is 5. 9 times 5 is 45. I subtract, I end up with 5. So I have again a recurring decimal of 0.55. Now let's look at these three decimals. 0.5, 0.55, 0.66. The smallest is definitely 0.5. The next one is 0.55. And the last one is 0.66. So if I were to order these fractions from the smallest to the biggest, I would have half, 5 over 9, and then 2 over 3. That means in this set of fractions, 2 over 3 is actually the biggest, and 1 over 2 is the smallest. Now let's look at the last example. In our last example, we're going to be looking at 4 decimals. They are 7 over 12, 4 over 5, 6 over 10, and 2 over 3. Now let's look at these fractions. If we were to do equivalent fractions for these, I would do equivalent fractions with a denominator of 60. So 7 over 12 is going to be, I multiplied this by 5 to get 60. I will multiply this by 5 as well, so I have 35 over 60. Now let's look at 4 over 5. 4 over 5 over 60. I multiplied 5 by 12 to get 60, so I'm going to multiply 4 by 12 to get 48. 6 over 10, I multiplied 10 by 6 to get 60. I'm going to multiply 6 by 6 to get 36. 2 over 3, I multiplied 3 by 20 to get 60. I'm going to multiply 2 by 20 to get 40. So that means 7 over 12 is the same thing as 35 over 60. 4 over 5 is 48 over 60. 6 over 10 is 36 over 60. And 2 over 3 is 40 over 60. Now, straight away, looking at these fractions, we can instantly see that 35 over 60 is the smallest, followed by 36 over 60, then 40 over 60, and finally 48 over 60. So if we're to order these fractions from the smallest to the biggest, the smallest is going to be 7 over 12, followed by 6 over 10, followed by 2 over 3, and finally 4 over 5. And those are the two methods that you can use to order fractions from the smallest to the biggest. Bye.
I am learning with I Am Learning Hub.